Greetings, Dr. Steffi here. How can you form a new habit more easily? Now, I have the good fortune to be part of an exciting team right now, putting together a program on how you can beat insulin resistance and inflammation. And there is a psychologist part of this team. Her name is Dr. Joley Gardner. And she shared with us this piece of information, this nugget, that I would like to in turn share with you. And that is, how do you get from a decision to a habit? There's a path. The first one is what I just said, a decision. You weigh the pros and cons of making a decision, and then you make a conscious choice, Then from there, you take a step forward. You execute a behavior that goes along with that decision. It takes effort, and you're kind of trying it out. Then from there, it becomes a routine. You do the behavior repeatedly, but you still have awareness about it. You think about it, but it's starting to become part of your lifestyle. And then finally, it becomes a habit. This is also what we call the autopilot. It is now an ingrained behavior that you no longer have to think about. So there are many examples of this. Driving is probably one of them. You might have formed the habit of flossing your teeth, and if you don't do it for whatever reason, you can't do it, then you don't feel good. So it's what we call unconscious competence. And unconscious competence in many regards is your friend, because you don't have to think about this particular behavior anymore. So that's very important in terms of lifestyle habits or business growth habits. Let's say if you have the habit of always making 3 new friends every day, that could be very helpful to your business. And of course, there's a downside to unconscious competence as well, which we have talked about, which is you're not even aware of how you create all these marvelous results that you are creating, and that points us once again in the direction of the value of brilliance mining. But this nugget's really about how can you form new habits more easily? Well, just know this path. Know there's a decision, which is much different from a hope or a wish. And then take action, even a little step forward. That's the behavior. Then repeat it, and it becomes a routine. And then from there, it becomes a habit, unconscious competence. So that is how you form a new habit more easily. And as Dr. Gardner pointed out in our work, in our program that we're putting together, you form new habits all the time. You have a habit around how you cross your arms, or where you leave your keys, or when you wake up probably, and all kinds of things. So forming new habits is really not that difficult. What's a new habit you want to form? What's a new habit you decide to form? And what is that first step? What's that little first piece of behavior that you're going to implement?